The small yet strong event is the next event in Pokemon Go, and this is an event you don't want to miss. We're going to be covering all the tips you need to know, and watch till the end of the video because there's a couple tips in here that everybody should know. So this event is going to be Wednesday, February 5th, 10 a.m. to Saturday, February 8th, 8 p.m. your local time. Bonus year event will have 2 times catch XP from catching Pokemon, and increased chance of encountering extra small and extra large Pokemon in the wild. Those wild spawns will include Paris, Natu, Plant Cloak Burmy, Sandy Cloak Burmy, Trash Cloak Burmy, Joltik, Tynamo, Red Flower Flabebe in Europe, Middle East, and Africa, Blue Flower Flabebe in the Asia Pacific region, and Yellow Flower Flabebe in Americas, as well as Nimble, which is making its shiny debut during the event. Fun fact, all of these Pokemon are smaller than 0.3 meters, so really taking on the small theme of the event. 2-kilometer eggs will be exclusive during the event, hatching Togepi, Azurill, Bidoof, Klingling, Esper, and Dedenne. As far as raid bosses during the event, we'll have Dialga in the altered form until February 6th at 10 a.m. with 100% IV of 2307 non-weather boosted and 2884 weather boosted, and Enamorus starting on February 6, 10 a.m. This Pokemon cannot be shiny in Pokemon Go, but on January 28th, Pokemon Company did announce the official distribution of shiny Enamorus, so I might see shiny Enamorus coming in the future to go. 100% IV will be this 1957 non-weather boosted and 2447 weather boosted. Mega Raids will be Mega Medicham until February 6 at 10 a.m. with 100% IV of 817 non-weather boosted and 1022 weather boosted in cloudy or windy weather, and then switching into Mega Tyranitar February 6 at 10 a.m. local time, non-weather boosted 2191 and partly cloudy or foggy weather boosted of 2739. The 1-star max battles during the event will be Squirtle, Krabby, and Sobble. The tier 3s will be Machop, and the tier 5s will be Moltres. Also have the event field research task during the event to get you encounters with Burmy and Nimble, with the Burmy 100% IV of 209 for all variants and Nimble of 253, and an event timed research task that can get you XP, Pokeballs, and encounters with event-themed Pokemon, as well as a collection challenge to get you Stardust and encounters with Nimble. Event showcases during the event, you can go ahead and enter to earn premium items if you win or come in the top 3. These will be featuring event-themed Pokemon, and that's everything going down during the event. But what about the tips? Well, first of all, what are the best wild spawns you should be catching during this event? This will include Paris, which is a Pokemon that gets you 500 stars every time you catch it. You can also evolve that into Parasect, which is ranked number 71 in the Jungle Cup, 71 in the Love Cup, and ranked 136 in the Color Cup, so good and limited cups. We also have Joltik, which evolves into Galvantula. Galvantula is a good pick for certain Great League Cups, including ranked 54 in the Jungle Cup and 31 in the Halloween Cup. Flabebe, which evolves into Florges, which is a decent fairy type raid attacker, actually ranked number 15. Also, Florges is ranked 89 in the Great League, 55 in the Halloween Cup, and 47 in the Fantasy Cup. Florges is also ranked number 26 in the Ultra League, number 21 in the Master League, and even better in the Master Premier Cup. We have Nimble, which evolves into Low Kicks, which is a good pick for some limited Great League Cups, like ranked 82 in the Halloween Cup, 50 in the Jungle Cup, and 98 in the Summer Cup. What about eggs, though? What are the best eggs to focus on during the event, and are they actually worth going after? First of all, we have Togepi, which you can evolve all the way up into Togekiss. Togekiss is a decent fairy type raid attacker, ranked number 6, and also ranked 89 in the Master League, but also the middle stage, Togetic, is actually good in the Fantasy Cup, ranked 46, and Halloween Cup, ranked 40. Also, it's going to be ranked number 68 in the Open Great League, so overall, not a bad limited cup Pokemon. We also have Bidoof, which evolves all up into Roserade. Roserade is the number 16 grass type attacker in Pokemon Go and number 7 poison type, so a good dual attacker there. Finally, Dedenne, which is a good pick in some limited Great League Cups, like ranked number 41 in the Fantasy Cup and 108 in the Halloween Cup. Now, do note the IV floor from eggs is 10-10-10. I mean, you're not going to be able to get PvP IVs on these Pokemon, so you will have to trade them with a low-level friend to reroll the IVs to get them in their optimal PvP IVs. That moves us on to raid bosses, though. What are the best raid bosses to go after? First of all, we have Dialga in the altered form, which is going to be the number 5 steel type attacker in Pokemon Go, so very, very good there. And it's also a great opportunity to farm Dialga candies for the use of Roar of Time, which is an amazing adventure effect to use in Pokemon Go. Dialga can be duoed if you have party play, but I recommend 3 trainers to go ahead and take it down. And the best megas to take on Dialga will be Mega Lucario, Primal Groudon, Mega Garchomp, Mega Heracross, Mega Blaziken, and Mega Gallade. For Shadows, Shadow Groudon, Shadow Excadrill, Shadow Conkeldurr, Shadow Machamp, Shadow Garchomp, and Shadow Mamoswine. And for regular counters, Lucario, Terrakion, Landorus Therian, Keldeo, Groudon, Conkeldurr, and Excadrill. That'll then switch into Enamorus on February 6th. Enamorus is actually the ranked number 3 fairy type attacker in Pokemon Go, so very good to go after. And it's also ranked number 41 in the Master League. Enamorus also does have a Therian form in the future, which is more bulky form, but if we ever get form changing in Pokemon Go, I'm not sure if we ever will, you could form change that, and also just grinding candies for the Therian form when that does come. Best Pokemon to take down Enamorus are going to include the Megas of Mega Diancie, Mega Gengar, Mega Manectric, or Mega Beedrill. For Shadow, Shadow Metagross, Shadow Raikou, Shadow Electivire, Shadow Magnezone, Shadow Zapdos, and Shadow Excadrill. And for regular counters, Duskmane, Necrozma, Xurkitree, Therian form of Thundurus, Metagross, Zekrom, and Nihilego. Finally, for Mega Raids, we do have Mega Medicham, which you can skip. It's just good for the Mega Dex, not very useful though. But then that switches into Mega Tyranitar, which is the number 1 Dark type attacker in Pokemon Go and number 2 Rock type attacker in Pokemon Go with its legacy move Smackdown. Regular Tyranitar as well is the number 4 Dark type attacker and 14 Rock shock type attacker with Legacy Smackdown, so overall a great mega to go after. Mega Tyranitar best counters are going to be Mega Lucario, Mega Blaziken, Mega Heracross, Mega Gallade, and Mega Lopunny, and Mega Alakazam. For shadows, Shadow Conkeldurr, Shadow Machamp, Shadow Blaziken, Shadow Annihilape, Shadow Toxicroak, and Shadow Emboar. And for regular counters, Terrakion, Lucario, Keldeo, Conkeldurr, Shadow Machamp, and Hawlucha. Now let's talk Dynamax. Which ones are the best to go after during this event? First of all, we have Dynamax Squirtle, which you can evolve into Dynamax Blastoise. Although it's not Gigantamax Blastoise, it is still a solid tank role Pokemon to have on your Dynamax team, especially for things like Moltres. We have Dynamax Sobble, which evolves into Dynamax Inteleon, which is another good water type Dynamax Pokemon. Very useful for different Gigantamax Pokemon in the future, like Gigantamax Colossal. Also, Inteleon does have a Gigantamax form in the future, so there's a good opportunity to grind candies for that. We have Dynamax Machop, which can evolve into Dynamax Machamp. Again, Gigantamax Machamp in the future will be better, but this is a great opportunity to grind candies for this Pokemon, and it is still a good Dynamax attacker, especially one of our best fighting types. Finally, Dynamax Moltres is the main legendary you want to go after, which is one of the few Pokemon with the flying type Dynamax move. Going to be very, very useful for different Gigantamax Pokemon like the Gigantamax Machamp, and also just regular Moltres is actually the number 8 flying type attacker in Pokemon Go with Legacy, Charge Attack, Sky Attack, and rank number 23 as a fire type. So a little double use there if you're planning on going after the Dynamax Moltres. Best thing to take down Dynamax Moltres, by the way, are going to include for a tank roll, something like a Gigantamax or Dynamax Blastoise, and then for a high damaging attack roll, when you Dynamax or Gigantamax, you can use D-Max Zapdos, G-Max Kingler, G-Max Blastoise, G-Max Toxtricity, D-Max Inteleon, or D-Max Toxtricity. It's recommended to have 2 tanks and 1 attacker on your team. The tank roll is going to be to fill your max meter, and once you Gigantamax, go ahead and switch out into your attacker. Max number is about 4, but you should be able to defeat this comfortably with 3 trainers, no problem. And if you have any trouble, use the Max Mushroom, which will double all your damage. Okay, now you do need candies for all of these Pokemon we just mentioned for you to power them up and have them in their relevant state. So what are the best ways to farm candy during the event? First of all, use Pineapple Berries, regular Pineapple Berries, multiply your catch gain by 2 and serve by 2.33. You can also Mega Evolve a Pokemon. When you Mega Evolve a Pokemon, any Pokemon you catch shares a type with the Mega, you'll get more candy, XP, and XL candy for catching Pokemon of that type. Best Megas to go after and Mega Evolve during the event are going to include Mega Rayquaza, Mega Salamence, good if you're going after Dynamax Moltres, Dialga, and Enamorus candy, or any sort of flying type Mega Pokemon will be good for Enamorus and Dynamax Moltres. If you want to focus on a Dynamax Pokemon to maximize the most amount of candy, Primal Kyogre might be the choice. This will give you extra candy for Bug, Waters, and Electric type Pokemon, which 7 out of the 9 Pokemon spawning during the event are those types. Final mention is Florges is good in the Master League, and you might want candies for that Pokemon because Flabébé is kind of rare, so consider Mega Evolving a Fairy type Mega to grind more candies for that. You can also trade away Pokemon. Every time you trade away a Pokemon, you'll get 1 candy. If the distance is between 10 and 100 kilometers, you'll get 2 candies, and if those distance between those 2 Pokemon are caught is over 100, you're gonna get 3 candies and a guaranteed XL candy. So great to save any Pokemon and trade them away with distance Pokemon to grind candies. Not only that, you can re-roll IVs. Every time you trade away a Pokemon, the IVs get re-rolled. This is one of the best ways to hunt hundos because any Pokemon you catch you might want a hundo of, they can trade them over to you to try to re-grind IVs. Finally, you can transfer away Pokemon. Unfortunately, no 2-time transfer candy event in February, which I'm not sure why they did that, but you can go ahead and hold on to your Pokemon until March for 2-time transfer candy and transfer them then. Now you do need 35 platinum medals, go from level 48 to 49 Pokemon Go. So which medals should we really focus on during this event? First of all the type medals here at the bottom, especially things like the Bug Catcher medal, catch 2,500 bug types, very good medal. You can go ahead and work on plenty of different varieties of Pokemon. We also have Dialga raids, so you can work on your Rail Staff medal, etc, etc. Now the big one during the event is the Tiny Pokemon Collector medal and Extra Large Pokemon Collector medal, where you have to catch 500 extra smalls. They're obviously more common, the extra larges and extra smalls during the event, but if you catch one and you evolve it, it actually gets you another point. For example, catching an extra small Nimble, evolving into an extra small Lokix counts as 2 points towards these medals. So save any extra smalls and extra larges and evolve them during this event. We also have the Battle Avenger medal, win 2,000 legendary raids, and the Champion medal, win 2,000 raids. Remember, during the season, you're getting 2 free raid passes every single day. Make sure you use them to work on these medals, especially with some of these good raid bosses. Also on the topic of raids, Rising Star medal, defeat 150 species of Pokemon in raids. If there's any raid bosses you've never done, for example, Enamorus, a great time to go ahead and work on that and get points towards this medal. Enamorus is also a Hisuian Pokemon, so that will get you a point towards your Hisui medal if you haven't worked on that. And finally, with the 2-kilometer eggs, they're very easy to hatch, so your breeder medal hatch 2,500 eggs, another great medal you can work on quickly. But let's talk about some miscellaneous tips, and there's a lot of great ones during this event that don't really fit into a category, but you want to follow. First of all, rank 20 legendaries. If you hit rank 20 in PvP, every time you get an encounter, there's a chance you get the current legendary Pokemon, whether that be Dialga or Enamorus during this event. So if you can't do raids for these Pokemon, consider doing PvP. Also, if you want to be the most efficient in your grind, use Spatial Rend and the Quick Catch technique. Spatial Rend will double your spawn distance, and the Quick Catch will allow you to skip the catching animation. This is what the top players in the world use to catch a bunch of Pokemon as quick as they can. You can catch like 600, 700 Pokemon an hour with these techniques. If you don't have a Palkia with Spatial Rend, consider getting one traded over to you, and I'll link below a video on how to do the Quick Catch. Also, set a buddy that's at least the Great Buddy level as your buddy. This will give you access to the Buddy Bounce Back, so if you ever end up missing a ball, your buddy can sometimes bounce that back and help you out. Also, remember to download all assets assets. This will make the gameplay experience much smoother because it'll be pulling assets off of the phone, not the internet. And also remember to turn on native refresh rate. This will use your phone's native refresh rate, making your gameplay experience much smoother. Also, farming stars during the event, amazing. Remember, Paris is a 500 stardust Pokemon. Make sure you catch all those Parises and consider putting on a star piece. That's going to get you 750 stars every time you catch a Paris. Also, land excellent throws during this event. We do have 2 times catch XP, which means every successful excellent throw is 2000 XP. On a lucky egg, that's 4000 XP. Different spawns during the event are kind of tougher to hit excellent throws on, but it's still very good, especially if you're not level 50 and you need that XP to focus on your excellent throws. Also, keep extra large Pokemon specifically for showcases. If we ever get the return of some of these wild spawns in showcases during the event, they can be very useful to have these Pokemon on hand so you can try to win those showcases. So remember to tag all your extra large Pokemon, hold on to them for future when the showcases might return for these Pokemon and you can win them very easily. Remember, if you win in the top 3, you will get some premium items, including egg incubators, lures, lucky eggs, etc. Great for free-to-play players who don't have as much Pokecoins. Finally, save some of the region-locked Flabébés for the in-person tours, especially the shiny ones. If you plan on going any of the city safaris in March or to the Go Fest in Jersey City, Osaka, and Paris this summer, you can hold on to these shiny forms of these Pokemon, and they're great trade bait for anyone traveling from different areas, and they might want them. Guys, if you learned something from this video, watch the video below. You will learn something from that as well. I wish you guys the best of luck during this event, and follow for tips. Peace.